for this 12th chapter, 12th day of this 18-day journey. Today, we are going to complete the second in between. That is 1 to 6, first step, 7 to 12, second step. And then once we keep both the steps, then it keeps on moving, right? So this Bhakti Yoga is ending today. That it started from chapter 7 and it started with the Jnana Vijnana Yoga. You know, today Krishna will tell you why that Jnana was very important. Vijnana, why was important? Because he is going to give us the easiest formula for Bhakti. Ultimate, Bhakti is ultimate. Bhakti is in Jnana Yoga also. Bhakti is in Karma Yoga also. Okay, Nishkama Karma, if we have to do, that Bhakti is very, very essential. So what is Bhakti? Nothing but devotional service. What is devotional service? Not sitting all the time in front of the Lord and, you know, like, of course, we need to glorify the Lord, but it's not. Do your work. Krishna keeps on saying, do your work. I want you to do karma. So that is the only way to eradicate our previous papas. Whichever yoni we have taken, we don't know. This is doing karma is the only way to make the balance of our karmic account zero. Hare Krishna. Okay, this is a very, very wonderful question. You know, one of the last questions which Arjuna is posing now. Arjuna is asking, Evam satata yuktaye bhaktastvam paryupasate. Echapyaksharam avyaktam tesham ke yoga vittamaha. Arjuna finally asked now, okay, you told me two paths, Jnana Yoga and Bhakti Yoga. Jnana Yoga, mostly Jnanis worship the impersonal Brahman. Impersonal Brahman is the light effulgence. Okay, for them, their ends. So Krishna, somewhere Srila Prabhupada said in one of his lectures, Krishna knows who is an impersonalist and who worship the form of the Lord. Personal worship. So okay, if somebody is impersonalist, Krishna will take them till the Brahma Jyoti. This is what he wanted. Okay, I have given you the Brahma Jyoti. But ultimately, from the Brahma Jyoti also, they will have to come to Bhakti. Okay, yesterday or day before we saw, they also worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead only. But Avidhi Purvakam, those who worship Devatas and all, they are worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but not in the proper direction. So here Arjuna is asking, so which is perfect? Those who are properly engaged in your devotional service, that means those who worship your personal form. For personal form, it doesn't mean only that Archavigraha form. Lord is in the name of Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. All are personal form. Okay? Or those who worship the impersonal Brahman, the unmanifest. Okay, so it is between the Jnana Yoga and the Bhakti Yoga. So all that, you know, but the beginning is Karma Yoga. To come to Jnana Yoga also, in today's verses, beautifully Krishna is going to tell, till the time we come to Jnana Yoga, it is all Karma Yoga only. How to, okay? Hare Krishna. It's a very nice chapter. So I want everyone to, you know, if it is possible, to note down somewhere. I will try my level best. I will surrender under the lotus feet of my Guru Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada to bless me, to give the right word in the right mood of spreading this mission. Srila Prabhupada has done so much for, you know, establishing this mission. So if at all we can be the minutest drop in the ocean of his service, what best we can do is preach. Preaching is not that what we know. Learn together in association. Hare Krishna. So I request all the devotees also to pray for me to, you know, serve Srila Prabhupada mission. Hare Krishna. So beautiful he looks, no? Look at his personal form. A devotee dressing of Krishna. How beautiful it looks, as if, you know, actually it happens. When we take Diksha, Guru Maharaj gives us beads, you know, that time we feel Guru Maharaj is literally looking, we say, no, once we take this Diksha, life changes. How does it change? Guru Maharaj, you know, looks into our eyes, that Jyoti comes like that. That is a feeling we have. So we can think of all those who all are, you know, Brahmanical devotees, when they dress Krishna every day before the Shringara Arati, how blissful they will be feeling. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Veshamanu Yemam Nitya Yukta Upasate Shraddhaya Parayopetas Te Me Yukta Tamamataga. The Blessed Lord said, he whose mind is fixed on my personal form, always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith, is considered by me to be the most perfect. All of you imagine for a minute. You have to meditate upon the Lord. Okay, impersonalists meditate upon the Brahma Jyoti. How long they can only, oh, that light is there, the light is guiding me, focusing on the Brahma Jyoti light. How long we can do that? If a child is crying, if you keep on saying, see their lion, see their crow, see their cat, and all if we simply say, will the child stop crying? Instead, we show the toy. See here, doggy. See here, Krishna. With the devotee's house, you will have Krishna, Radha's toys only. See here, Krishna. Will they stop? Or simply, without showing them, you say that you see there, the coming, the lion, and all, they won't. So we need a form. If the form helps us to focus. Krishna keeps on saying, every chapter he says, fix your mind on me. You remember in second chapter itself he started. Second chapter, Tani Sarvani Tani Sarvani Karmani Samyamya. Vashendriya. He said, control your senses. So to control our senses, the mind has to be fixed on a form. Then only it is easier to control our senses. Same way he says in 3.30 also he said, Mai Sarvani Karmani. So all the senses you fix on my devotion, my worship. 4.9 he says, no, the best verse every day we repeat. Janma karma cha me divyam. Divyam, that supreme. So you, that Janma karma cha me divyam. You have to focus on that divya, the superlative degree, right? If you do that, what will happen? You will attain me and you will have to never come back to me. Naitmam neti so Arjuna, Krishna says. Then again he says in the 5th chapter, the last verse, 29, peace formula. Bhuktaram yajyatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhridam sarvabhutanam nyatva shantim richati. I am sitting in your heart. So you meditate on that form of me. So if you are able to meditate on that form of me, you will be able to understand that I am the supreme controller, I am the supreme enjoyer. And you will be able to attain peace in that form. So Krishna in every chapter, because Karma Yoga ultimately ends in Bhakti Yoga, Dhyana Yoga or Ashtanga Yoga ends in Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga ends in Bhakti Yoga. For that, what is that ultimate Bhakti? Ultimate Bhakti is to meditate upon my form. So Krishna very clearly told Arjuna, that is, it is better to meditate upon my form. But those who fully worship the unmanifest, that which lies beyond the perception of senses. So all the game is about, all started with the Vashendriyani, Indriyon ko apne vash mein karna. That is controlling the senses. As I told in 2.61 itself he starts. When he tells Arjuna that Arjuna expressed 5 concerns. So that time Krishna started. That no sense enjoyment. He said no, no enjoyment by killing all the people. Arjuna's second doubt. First one was compassion. Then he said how to, there's not going to be any enjoyment by killing all these people. Then Krishna told, no, not like that. You can get the kingdom also, do your duty, you will enjoy. You don't get the kingdom, you will come to my abode. There also you will, there what activities you will be performing. There will be performing the devotional services. Then also you will be very happy. So how can you say no enjoyment, he said, right? Then all pervading, that after the senses controlment, Krishna pervades everywhere. He is in the chit achit. He is movable and he is immovable. He is in the minutest atom also, he enters as Kshirodakshaya Vishnu. We saw that, right? So the impersonal conception of the absolute truth by controlling the various senses and being equally disposed. This is very, very important. In the last set of verses, today he is going to talk about all those who are equally disposed. Equally disposed means we will see sukha, dukkha, pain, pleasure, all those things. Such persons engaged in the welfare of all at last achieve me. Okay, the equipoised we have seen in the previous chapters also. So Krishna finally telling me that all pervading, inconceivable. Yesterday we saw Lord's potency is inconceivable for us. Chintya achintya, we cannot, because he lies in his dham. He lies in the Karna ocean, and he is far and he is near. With this visa, he said that Ishopanishad's verse also I told you, remember? He walks but he does not walk. He hears but he does not hear. He lives in everybody's heart, finally. Correct? Okay. Hare Krishna. क्लेशोदिकतरस्तेषाम् अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखं देहवग्धिर् अवाप्यते. So the bhakti starts for those whose minds are attached to the unmanifested. Unmanifest, which we can't perceive. Impersonal feature. The supreme advancement is very, very troublesome, because to control the senses with the unmanifest, there is nothing for the senses to get engaged. Sense objects are more stronger. The senses are subtler than the sense object. So when the sense objects are so attractive, we have to now start controlling our senses. Once we control our senses only, we can control our mind. So for these impersonal worshippers, the sense control is very, very difficult. So to progress in that discipline is always difficult for those who are embodied. What is this embodied? This is a self. What is the self? Deginosmin etadehe. For the self to, because self, sukshma, that is the most subtlest thing. Atma is the most subtlest. That is sense object, gross. The senses are subtler than the gross element, 3.42. So, and the mind is subtler than the senses, and the intelligence is subtler than the mind, and the soul is subtler than the intelligence. So we have to go from the gross to the subtle. Hare Krishna. This every single verse in this chapter is very, very important and so wonderful they are. Etu sarvani karmani maisanyasya matparaga ananye naiva yogena mamdhyayanta upasate tesham aham samudrata mrityu samsara sagarat bhavami nachirat partha maya veshita chetasam. For one who worships me, giving up all his activities unto me and being devoted to me without any deviation, engaged in devotional service and always meditating upon me, who has fixed his mind upon me, O son of Partha, for him I am the swift deliverer from the ocean of birth and death. We will come back once again to the verses with the examples in Bhagavatam we will see, because every slide has got examples from Bhagavatam. So if we start talking about here, you see, all the time, come whatever, giving up all the activities unto me, being devoted. Prahlada Maharaj, all the time, how much difficulties he had to face. Right? So for those kind of devotees who are always, he used to say, Narayana, Narayana. What does the Lord do? He himself comes, as he came to even deliver Gajendra. Is it not? So we'll come back once again. So, but the Lord here, what he is saying, for one who worships me, giving up all his activities unto me, and being devoted to me without any deviation, single one focused. That we saw, no, vyavasayatmika buddhihi ekaha kurunandana pagushakaha nantascha buddhayo vyavasayina. So one who is many branched, worshipping many devatas, all, but ekaha kurunandana, it's like watering the root of the tree. Okay, who has fixed his mind upon me, O son of Partha? I am the swift deliverer. I myself will come. Yesterday we saw that example. You remember? Ananyas chintayanto mam yejana paryupasate tesham nityabhuktanam yoga kshemam vahamyaham aham. I come to deliver my devotee. Then that Brahmana Arjuna Das, you remember? He cut that aham. Why the Lord has to come by himself? So he cut that. Aham, Lord can send somebody. Lord can send his representative. Spiritual masters are there. Why the Lord has to come? He cut. And both of them, Krishna Balarama, came to make him realize that the Lord comes by himself. Remember? So Lord comes himself to deliver us. For whom? Those who have fixed their mind without any deviation in devotional service. Always meditating upon the Lord. That is why here he is going on saying, meditating upon my Nama Rupa Guna Leela, not on the Brahma Jyoti. So Krishna told in the second verse itself, it is always better to meditate upon my form. For them, I come immediately. Okay, you see such a beautiful Dham, Goloka, Vrindavan, Goloka Dham it is. Mayi eva mana adasva, mayi buddhim niveshaya, nivashivshyasi mayeva, at urdhvam na samchayaga, again na samchayaga, asamshayam. 3-4 verses we have already referred to, asamshayam, right? So without any doubt, just to fix your mind upon me. So many times I am telling you, Arjuna, do this only. Nothing else you have to worry about it. What? On me. Where? My personal form. That supreme personality of Godhead. Not on any other form. Not on any devatas. And engage all your intelligence in me. Thus you will. So it's gradually he is going. First you control your senses, do the work. If that is not possible, you practice Abhyasa Yogena. Then if you are not able to practice that, then what you can do? You can now start learning about the Jnana. So finally, the learning, coming into the becoming a Jnana Yogi, you will start developing love towards me, my personal form to serve me. It is actually, we will come back that time, I will tell. Archa Vigraha. It all in Nectar of Devotion, Srila Rupa Goswami has spoken about the bhakti, how to perform bhakti. So we will finish and be ready. Ata chittam samadhatum na shaknoshi mayi stiram abhyasa yogena tato mamichaptum dhananjaya. My dear Arjuna, winner of wealth, if you cannot fix your mind upon me without deviation, then follow the regulative principles that you can practice. What do you have to practice? The 4 regulative principles which have been given by Srila Prabhupada. In this way, you will develop a desire to attain to me, because these regulative principles again help us to control our senses. So everything is Tani Sarvani Karmani. Okay, once we are able to again control the senses, we will be able to focus our mind. Without controlling the senses, the mind cannot focus on the worship of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So here he is saying, Abhyasa Yogena Tato Mami Chaptum Dhananjaya. So what do you have to practice now? If you are not able to control your senses, start practicing the regulative principles. All of us know the regulative principles, right? That is no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit sex, and no intoxication, no meat eating, no illicit sex. What's the 4th one? Very big. That is the beginning. What's the 4th? I want you, all of you, to be attentive and write. The 4th one is a very. Yes, Prabhuji.
No gambling method.
Yes. Why I said that? Gambling is Satya. Kali Yuga, the 4 pillars of the Dharma. Kali Yuga is standing only on Satyam. That is no gambling. All other 3 legs have been already gone. Every Yuga. That is Satya Yuga. Satya Yuga is the Tapa, austerity. Tapa, Shaucham, Daya, Satyam. Remember like this. Tapa, Shaucham, Daya, Satyam. So Tapa is the first Yuga. Then comes Shaucham. Shaucham is purification, austerity. That is, sorry, what do you call? It is the second principle. Second principle is Shaucham, no illicit sex. This is. The first one was that austerity, that we have to do tapa, meditation. Kali Yuga Dharma was, Satyuga Dharma was meditation. So that has gone. Tapa, that one leg went when the Satyuga ended. Then the second leg. Second leg is Shaucham, that is purification, that is no illicit sex. That was the second leg of Dharma of Treta Yuga. That went when the Treta Yuga finished. Then comes the third Yuga. Third Yuga is what? Third Yuga is Dwapara Yuga. In Dwapara Yuga, actually Dwapara Yuga Dharma was temple worship. Right? So when people started worshipping, but they automatically started worshipping devatas. So what happened? All this devata means we give bali. That means we sacrifice animal. So that daya factor totally went off. That is why the Lord took Gautama Buddha avatar, in order to say, don't believe the Vedas, because people started blindly believing Vedas, that is animal sacrifice. Finally, it transformed into animal sacrifice for the tongue. Vacho vegam manasakrodha vegam jigva vegam. People were not able to control their urges to eat meat. Then Buddha came and he himself said, don't follow the Vedas. Immediately next after that, Shankaracharya came, because Vedas are very important to tell. So Lord took avatar, Sarvadharman Parityajya Mamekam Sharanam Rajagi, say all these religions you leave. Come and surrender unto me. Otherwise, he told in the 4th chapter why he was taking expansion year after millennium after millennium, millennium after millennium. Yada yadagi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharatas. You see how the dharma is getting deteriorated. So paritranaya sadhunam, he came to, establish the dharma. So dharma, that is why in the 4th chapter also, yesterday our Namanisha Prabhu's class, in the Bhagavatam class, he was telling that only, as the years passed by, that dharma also got, the meaning got eroded. So he was telling the 4th chapter, 1st verse, you remember that, one second, what was that? The dharma, it is the meaning of dharma gets eroded, right? That is imam evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo vidugu. Second one, not the first verse. Evam parampara praptam imam rajarshayo vidugu. Sakalena mahata. Prabhuji so beautifully explained yesterday today morning, Bhagavatam class. Sakalena mahata yogo nashta parantapa. That is the reason Krishna had to come again, give the knowledge to Arjuna 5,000 years back. Because Sakalena mahata, as the time eroded, Yogo nashta parantapa, the religion also got vanished, vanquished it is. So here the 4 yugas, very, very important. So this regulative principles are based on Srila Prabhupada's regulative principles are based on the 4 yuga dharma. So now this Kali Yuga is standing on only one pillar. That is one leg. 3 legs have gone. What is that leg? Satya. So first one, tapa, Shaucham, Daya, mercy factor, and Satyam. So that is the austerity, then celibacy. Second one is celibacy. Shaucham is celibacy. Which leg, which went with the Treta Yuga when it went. And in the Dwapara Yuga, the mercy factor, Daya. Satyam. Kali Yuga is Satyam. But you see, every one of us are involved in gambling. Somehow or the other, we all are involved in gambling. Where if I invest my money, how much I can get. So that is, you all might be filling up, small forms when you invest your money. Small, so little they have written. And somewhere or the other, one class they would have put. With that class, we don't read that. We sign and give it to them. And most of the people don't get their money back. Satyam has gone. Truth is not at all there. Satyam bruhi, priyam bruhi, asatyam na bruyata priyam. We have to, how many people, the definition of satyam, we have all changed according to our need. That means sometimes I say, like I may tell house people, somebody calling me, tell them, take my phone and tell them I am not there. And we argue that hiding the fact is not speaking lie. I did not tell a lie. I simply hid the fact that I am not at home. That's all. So that is also true. That is why people have started doing this. Oh, meat eating people will say, eating egg is not non-vegetarian. We can. So their definition of vegetarian, they have manipulated. So in the Satya Yuga, this is what is happening. Everything is, in this Kali Yuga, Satyam is not there. People start manipulating the definitions according to their need, according to their time, according to the Deshe Kale Patre. According to people, they will change the definition of Satyam. According to time, they will change according to place, Deshe Kale Patre. Okay, Hare Krishna. And it is all true. We all might have go back and see how many lies we would have told in our life. Right from small age, children they have started learning how to speak lie from their parents. The parents take them for late night and they come home late and the children are not able to do homework and parents do. We see parents' handwriting and send. This is one set of parents. Another set of parents, they go and tell your teachers that there was some emergency at home. That is why we did not finish. What emergency? They may say even the grandparents were hospitalized to that extent. I know people who have even killed many relatives. Same relative will be killed every day. What same reason? Then we ask, oh, you last month only you told your grandparent passed away, that's why you didn't come for exam. They will say, no, that was mother's maternal. This is a father's side. Like that and all parents teach. No Satyam at all. Parents teach kids how to not even obey to the traffic signal. If the father takes the car in red signal, the son who is sitting behind, why will he not do? We saw, right, how the leader is, same way they follow. At home, parents, on their face, they tell lies. What they will learn then? So that is why Krishna is saying, you follow the regulative principles. You will start following all. Tapa, Shaucham, Daya, Satyam. That's such a beautiful verse it is, So Kali Yuga is standing on one leg. That is why when the beginning of Bhagavatam, Parikshit Maharaj was going for a stroll, he saw Kali Purusha, one person hitting the cow. And that cow was standing on one leg. That represents Kali Yuga is standing on one leg, which is Satyam. All other three pillars are broken. Okay, hit that person, Kali, he hit and broke the legs of the cow, the three pillars of the Dharma. Hare Krishna. Abhyasepya samartosi matkarma paramo bhava madartamapi karmani kurvan siddhim avapsyasi. If you cannot practice the regulative principles of Bhakti Yoga, then just try to work for me. Do whatever you want. You are telling lie, tell. Finish everything. Finally, after everything is over, at least you have a little bit of feeling, compassion. I told lie today. Then finally you can say, Krishna, I had to. In this Kali Yuga, we work in many organizations. We have to tell sometime lie for the purpose of earning our daily livelihood. What to do? Srila Prabhupada again says in one of the lectures, a person, it's a practical devotee. He's a great devotee. I forgot the name of the devotee. Srila Prabhupada, he came and told Srila Prabhupada, I am working in a butcher shop. And then finally, Srila Prabhupada told him, okay, you do and surrender everything, whatever work you are doing under the lotus feet of the Lord. Okay, but still do one thing, slowly, gradually look for another livelihood. Once that you are able to establish that livelihood, you give up this. Don't work with the people who are, doing adharmic activities. Though Srila Prabhupada gives us all that. He does not say all of you become sannyasi. He only says you live in Grahastha ashram, you create, you produce Krishna conscious children. Follow that, the sanskara, Garbhadana sanskara, and produce Krishna conscious children so that you can, spread the mission. Everybody can come into Krishna consciousness. People used to criticize him. Sannyasi is going in such expensive car. He said, yeah, what is the harm in it? I am using that car for spreading Krishna consciousness. I am using, this is the main thing. This is the main difference between Jnana Yogi and Ashtanga Yogis and Bhaktas. Ashtanga Yogis say, renounce everything and go to the forest. Renounce everything. You just try to control your senses. But bhaktis, that devotees, what they say, no, work very hard. No problem in working hard. Don't go to sannyasa. Don't go to forest. Don't take sannyasa. Work hard and spend your money for bringing many souls into Krishna consciousness. That means we have to preach. We have to spread book distribution. Many people are given in when that books marathon had started, right? So many free books also are being distributed, because people, I also remember Bhagavad Gita book used to be, tied very nicely, even without opening the cover. It used to lie. Bhagavatam books, it used to lie inside the cover, inside the cupboard. But you call people, conduct programs in your home, call many people, give them an opportunity to listen to Bhagavad Gita, let them relish the different stories. We are now going to see many stories from Bhagavatam. We will see. So give them an opportunity to relish those stories, which will help them to realize that Ishavasyam idam sarvam jagat. So many times we have referred this, right? Ishavasyam idam sarvam. This is Ishopanishad. Everything what I am enjoying today belongs to the Lord. So at least 1/10. Shastra says, Dashwa Amsha. Give 1/10 of your time for the Lord. Give 1/10 of the wealth what you learn. 1/10. That's it. If we don't, again, as I say, Lord will take in the form of brown coat. We give fine to police. And we, in the form of white coat, he will call people to hospital. He knows how to take. If we don't give, like yesterday, what was that word? The Lord relishes even a tulasi patra. Patram pushpam palantoyam yomi bhaktya prayachati tadagam bhakti upakhritam. He enjoys that, we saw, no? So Lord enjoys that 10%. Oh, my dear child knows everything belongs to me, whatever he or she enjoys, and he wants to give. That bhava is sufficient. But Srila Rupa Goswami has set an example, 50% we have to give. Okay, in Kali Yuga, we are not able to. At least 1/10, what the Vedas say. We follow Vedas. We will say we follow everything. We know I don't harm anybody. I do only good things to others. Okay, how will the Lord come to know? In your Lord, you show 10% of time. Again, as I said, Deshe Kale Patre, bring people, but devote time in preaching, reading Bhagavad Gita books, A, B, C, D, E formula. A, what is A? Association. Be in association with devotees. Archavigraha worship. Archavigraha worship, that example had been in a purport. One of the purport Srila Prabhupada has written. This is like the authorized post boxes. Authorized post box, whatever we put in that post box, that is delivered to the right person on time. That is the same way worshipping Krishna. Krishna is the Archavigraha, to whom you give your petition, to whom you give your application. Whatever, Krishna, I want to become a devotee. Help me to read Bhagavatam. Help me to spread this mission. You put this application in that Archavigraha, in that authorized postbox. Krishna will know the destination, where to reach. He will take us to Goloka Dhamma, right? The final destination where from we have come. So association and Archavigraha. B, book reading, Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. C, chanting. A, B, C, D. D is diet, that is eating only Krishna Prasadam, because it is very important. We eat, like in the 14th chapter onwards, we will read. There are 3 gunas, the mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance. What all are the food which give us ignorance? What are the food what we, if we eat, it will give us the passion? Which are the food, if we eat, it will give Krishna Bhakti? Very in detail, we will be learning that. For that, we need to eat diet. Whatever we eat, offer to the Lord. You say, Lord, this is because of you I am able to. And that is why in Krishna consciousness, we say the food which has been cooked 3 hours before, we can't offer to the Lord. And every meal we have to offer to the Lord. And after offering bhoga to the Lord only, we have to eat. Right? D. Another D is there, extremely important. Dham. We have to live in Dham. Nectar of devotion, 64 angas of devotion, Srila Rupa Goswami has given. Out of that, 5 are very, very, very important. Anybody can follow that. It's not very difficult. Bhakti Yoga, we are saying these are the first 5 limbs. What are they? The first one is the spiritual master. We have to have a spiritual master, because this knowledge, without the spiritual master, what was that? Nama Rupa Guna Leela. Ata Shri Krishna Nama Dina Bhaved Grahyam Indriyaihi Seven Mukhehi Jigvada. So with our senses, we try to understand Krishna, we will not be able to. So we have to understand under the leadership of spiritual master. Then only, without going to college, without going for any coaching, if we think medical exam, I will entrance, I will pass, engineering, I will pass. Do we do that? No, we will run, we hunt for the best coaching in order to. So we have to hunt for spiritual master. So without them, very simple, without going to school, can we learn anything? No. So same way in spiritual knowledge also, we have to go to Guru Maharaj. So first one is spirituality. Then second one is chanting. Chanting, it's just helping to control the senses. Just now we saw so many verses, right? Mayi sarvani karmani, 3.30. Control your senses. Second chapter, kurmangani, where we have to control our senses. Like even the tortoise, the Lord has created 84 lakh yonis to teach us. We claim we are the human beings are the best. No, how? Tortoise knows very well, so many stories have come, right? Where they try to kill, we can't, because it withdraws all its senses when it senses smallest, slightest danger in the environment. Okay, so that is, second one is chanting. By chanting, slowly, gradually, we are able to control our sense gratification. Sense gratification is never satiated. Dhyayate Vishayan Puncha, second chapter. The more the desire, the mind keeps on contemplating on that only. And there is a Trishna, deep desire comes, come whatever. I'm ready to kill others, but I want to achieve this. That kind of Trishna comes, deep desire in the heart, and which we are not able to overcome. So chanting helps us to control our senses first, then gradually senses are grass, then we go to mind. Then comes Dham Yatra. Dham. We have to live in Dham. How is it possible to live in Dham? Is it possible in the sky? That is why, Kali Yuga Dharma is only Nama Sankirtan. Treta Yuga, the Yuga Dharma was temple worship. In Kali Yuga, it is not possible. Now, for so many reasons, Bhagavatam, that verse, you remember? What is that? That age, lifespan has been reduced, and also the memory. In Kali Yuga, the memory is very, very short span. Yesterday, what we did, we don't. Today's children, you ask, what did you have for breakfast? I don't know. Very proudly they say. Because the memory becomes very weak in Kali Yuga. Not possible. So learning the Shastras, everything is extremely difficult in Kali Yuga. What we learned, the verses we learn, and we immediately forget it. So very, extremely difficult. So is it possible? But Srila Prabhupada has given this. We can make our home Vrindavan. You don't have to go to Vrindavan. But if we have the, right, health is permissible, you are able to go, there is no dearth for, Lakshmi, then we should go. It's for those people who are not able to move. Srila Prabhupada, you think of one thing. Srila Prabhupada was living so happily in Vrindavan. Right? But his Guru Maharaj told him to go to Pashyatya Desha. He left Vrindavan and went. For what? What reason? Bringing many souls into Krishna consciousness at the age of 70. With 40 rupees, he came to America and he gave back 40 crore rupees to Krishna consciousness. More than 40 crore. How many temples, how many devotees, right? So it is just not that. Srila Prabhupada told only that. If my spiritual master wanted me to go and spread, America is my Vrindavan. And but that is why bhaktas, you put them anywhere, naraka, swarga, they are not bothered. Moksha, not at all bothered. I'll tell stories after we finish this. There are few stories to tell. Wherever we live, that is our dham. This we already referred to this verse. Remember in the, I think, 9th chapter, 27th verse. Yat karoshi yadasnasi jugoshi tadasi yat tapasasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Whatever you do it for me, for my pleasure. That means offer the effects to me. So we should be very grateful to Namanishta Prabhu. During COVID time, he started this courses and the 50th batch is going on, 50th. In 4 years time, 4 12s are 48. He has never stopped. Now also, he is trying. Every time you have a meeting with him, you can understand, that soul is longing for only one thing. How many souls he can bring into Krishna consciousness. That is the only thought Namanishta Prabhu has got. Any topic, any class, it will finally come to, please bring many souls. How big and beautiful temple he has constructed, and we can't even imagine. As Srila Prabhupada has gone through the struggles, so Namanishta Prabhu also great difficulty. We know that getting Lakshmi for temple construction is not that easy. But he got it. Krishna knows, the objective is Sarvasya Chaham Hridisa Nivishto, Hridayeshu Tishtanti Arjuna. In everybody's heart, I am there. Okay, so we all should be very grateful. And if at all we can be, once again, a drop in the ocean, we should help Namanishta Prabhu to spread this mission, both the ways. Tan Man Dhan. Okay, Hare Krishna. You all should come to that temple. Such a beautiful temple it is. Radha Govinda. Ataitadapya shaktosi kartum madhyogam ashitaga sarvakarma palatyagan tatak kuru yatatmavan. If, however, you are unable to work in this consciousness, then try to act, giving up all the results of your work, and try to be self-situated. See, Nanda Maharaj is giving so much charity to people in Gokul when Krishna was born, right? That means he's working in Krishna consciousness. All the time he thinks of Krishna. Try to act, giving up all the result. This is what the underlined one. Sarvakarma palatyagan. Sarva karma. He gave charity, but he did not claim the effect of the charity. He did for Krishna's pleasure because Krishna was born. So we should not claim anything. Ishavasyam idam sarvam yatkincha jagatyam jagat. Tena tettena bunjita. That is very, very important. What is in my quota, I will have. I don't want anything which has been written in others' quota. If we get that, thought, obviously we will think whatever I am doing, it is not my effort. It is the Lord's effort which enabled the balam balavatam chakam yitur. I am the power in the I am the prowess in the balavan, he said, right, in the 7th chapter. This is again extremely important. Sheyogi jnanam abhyasat. Jnana dhyanam vishishyate. Dhyanat karma pala. Tyagas chantir anantaram. Sheyogi jnana. That means you are not able to do anything. No problem, because giving the result, that pride come, we say, prakrite kriyamanani gunaya karmani sarvashaha. Ahankara vimudatma. This I is there. Ahankara vimudatma karta agamiti manyate. So you are not able to surrender the result. No problem. At least you try to develop some knowledge. We are reading Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, keep on reading, try to understand, try to develop some knowledge, because this knowledge will lead us to only that Brahman realization. Absolutely no problem. Once we have the self-realization, the soul, that is, the soul is there in me, automatically the Paramatma is seeing in our heart. So he will give us many opportunity to turn the bird. Now it is Vimukhu ho gaya bird. Now that bird will turn towards the Paramatma. So obviously that Paramatma realization will gradually develop in our heart once we start learning Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita, B, A, B, C. We will come to D also, we have seen D, E and F also we will see in today's class only, don't worry. Better than the knowledge, however, is meditation. Okay, but these people, those yogis, they meditate, samadhi, where they go till samadhi. Yam, Niyam, Asan, Pranayam, Pratyahara. After Pranayam, we all know Pratyahara is the sense control. Dharana, Dhyan, Samadhi. So they will go up to the Samadhi. That's it. But they will not reach the Lord's abode. So better than meditation. Okay, even beyond samadhi, where do we have to reach? That one elevator switch we have to switch on. That will straight take us to Goloka. We are not going to go every, stair, every floor. We are not going to climb, isn't it? Better than everything is renunciation of the fruits of action, which what we have been seeing from day 2. Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. That renunciation will give peace of mind. You get, it doesn't mean that you get 0 mark also, leave it to the Lord, and get 100 marks also, leave it to the Lord. Lord is saying, do meditation. What is meditation for school-going children? Studying is meditation for them. With one focus, they have to study, because Krishna keeps on telling, don't leave your dharma. Dharma is what? That inert ability. Child has got an inert ability to walk. Nobody has to teach. Child has got the inert ability to suck the milk when it is born. It's an inert ability. Does anyone teach the child how to drink milk? Definitely not. Same way, Jivera Surapakoye Krishna is Nitya Dasa. That inert quality is in us. We all are Krishna's Nitya Dasa. We were there. Because we were envious, we came down here, no? So that inert quality of Krishna consciousness is there. We have to just ignite it. How can we ignite it? Sadhu Sangha, association, book. Yesterday we saw 3 years. Sadhu Sangha, spiritual master, Sadhu Sangha, and scriptures. Yes, 3 years we saw. That will ignite. That is why the B, book reading in the formula ABCDEF is very, very important. Automatically the peace of mind will come. When will it come? When we learn to renounce something. Even if you get, there are so many again examples. Jadabartha. Will we be able to finish the slides? Yeah, Jadabartha. Who is Jadabartha? He is the next birth of next Bharat Maharaj. Bharat Maharaj, he got that, he fell down, he developed affection towards the deer. Then next birth he became a deer, and because of the Sukriti, Nega Vikramana Shosti, Swalpamapyasya, remember, he had that Sukriti of living in the forest near the Rishi Muni's ashram, and next birth he became Jadabartha. Jadabartha, okay. Next verse also a beautiful example is Jadabartha only. Sukha Dukkha. Jadabartha, you know what happened? His own relatives, his own brothers, they started ill-treating him like anything. They used to give him the burnt rice the day before, I told you. But he never used to bother. Burnt rice, whatever they give, he was santushta satatam yogi. He was very happy at any circumstance. Okay, so, but he again came to the forest. So in the forest, what happened? The dacoits group, they caught hold of him. And they had to give one bali. That we saw, no, Vedas says they have to give bali to the Devi to satisfy her. So they took him. So they gave him nice food. They gave him nice bath. They put so much, fragrance, scent, everything on him. They made him so happy. But Jadabartha was equal. I got nice food. I'm so beautiful. They decorated me. No. Santushta Satatam Yogi. Sukha Dukkha. And he was very same equipage in that Sukha also. And Devi only got, the Devi himself, when they were about to cut his head, Devi came and she cut the heads of all the other people who were about to cut Jadabartha's head. That is on one side. Dukkha. He got so much dukkha, How? After this, when he was released from this, he was walking and walking. Raghugana, King Raghugana, he was going in a palanquin, like people were palanquin, we know that in a palki, people were carrying him. So suddenly one person was, somewhat he was not able to carry. They were looking for a person. This Jadavarta, like without any, his equipoise, these people look like mad only. We, Kaliyuga people cannot understand. They are in trance. We won't understand that. So they caught hold of Jadavarta. They told him to carry one side. Jadavarta was in his own mood and he was seeing, ants were there. So many ants were there. He had to save the ants. He didn't want to kill them. He didn't want to stamp on them. So he was walking little bit imbalanced. This Raghugana got so wild. He abused him like anything. You are so mad and this, that, everything. And Jadavarta was equipoised. So he did not tell anything. Finally, he told, one thing. Oh, my dear king, this yoni, you are a king. I am carrying you. Next yoni, who knows what? Who will be carrying whom? Like that, he started talking Vedanta. So Raghugana understood him. Immediately, he got down. He paid obeisances to Jadavarta. And he immediately requested him to become his guru. What I'm trying to say is that Bhagavatam beautifully explains this. Where Raghugana was equipoised. He was not very happy when he was given all the luxuries, and he was not very sad when he was abused by the king. So that is what, if you cannot practice, then engage yourself in the cultivation of knowledge. So this knowledge will bring us to renounce the result. That is what we are saying. What is renounce the result? Whether you get crores of lottery, be the same. Whether you got such a huge loss as our Srila Prabhupada got from his business, he was equipoised. He told that only. Whether I fly in a car, just now I told he traveled in such an expensive car, but he was ready to go in the Jaladuta at the age of 70. Almost 69 completed, because for him, Swarga Naraka same. He said, anyway, I have to translate the book. I reach fast and translate there in America, or I go in that Jaladuta. For me, it is the same. They all are, that equipoised. Okay, Hare Krishna. Only then we attain peace. This is another peace formula for normal people like us who are in devotion. Bhoktaram, Yakyatapasam 5.29, they can attain peace. But we people are in the beginning. So once we learn to surrender the result, we can attain peace. 13 and 14, beautiful verses. They are, like, okay. Oh, who is not envious, but who is a kind friend to all living entities, who is free from false ego, who is equal both in happiness and distress. I told the next verse, the same we will discussing about Raghugana and Jadavarta. Okay, then who is always satisfied and engaged in devotional service, extremely important. And with determination, dhrida nishchayaha, with firm determination, Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivarti, Nishtha. Right? Once Anartha Nivarti goes, Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moga, Mada, Matsarya from our heart, then the determination, firm determination comes to us. And whose mind and intelligence are in agreement with me, he is very dear to me. Adveshta. What is Adveshta? There is no dear, or there is no friend or enemy. Maybe like Adveshta Sarvabhutanam. Nobody, the Sarvabhutanam, we don't have any, he is my friend or he is my enemy. Adveshta Sarvabhutanam Maitra Karuna Evacha. Maitra, everybody we have that karuna, compassion. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne Brahmane Havihastini Shuni Chaiva Shwapakecha. Your dog eater, guy, the cow, elephant, dog, everybody, they consider equally. There are 3 types of, again, nectar of devotion only. 3 types of devotees. Nectar of devotion, Srila Rupa Goswami says, such a wonderful book. He tells 3 types of devotees. They are neophyte, who try to come, with great difficulty, come to that level where samasanga vivarjita, or they want to surrender the fruits of the activities under the lotus feet of the Lord. They are trying to come. Okay. and these devotees, they will follow everything as it has been prescribed by the Vedas, or everybody follows, they follow. They do not know. They are not the Jnanis. They simply follow everybody, neophyte. Then comes the Madhyama Adhikari. They are Kanishta Adhikaris. Neophyte Adhikaris are Kanishta Adhikaris. Why we are doing it, we don't know. But we believe God. We are not atheist. We know the Lord is there. And he takes care of everything. I have to respect him. I have to surrender to him. Okay, maybe that knowledge will come in the second level. Madhyama Adhikari. Madhyama Adhikari has that knowledge. That Supreme Personality of Godhead is there. I have to only worship him. And he is the ultimate, everything we know. But one thing they do not know, that is if someone comes and argues with them, how to counteract, how to argue with them with the Shastric evidences and all, they may not know. Madhyama Adhikari. Uttama Adhikari, they see everybody equal. Vidya Vinaya Sampanne. For them, everybody's heart, the Lord is living. They treat everybody equal. That is almost all our spiritual master. The self-realized and Tattvavid. Two important qualities apart from the 6 Vegas. Vacha Vega, Manasa, Krodha, Vegam. I have explained in 4th chapter day. Manasa, Krodha, Jihva, Udara, Upastha. That tongue, belly, and genitals, they can create. So all the Diksha Gurus are already Tattvavit and self-realized. They are the Uttamadhikaris. So 3 types of devotion. We start doing devotion as a neophyte devotee, and then gradually, as Krishna told, come to a Jnani level. So that level we have reached. There is something above me. I have to be obedient to that power, that Brahman effulgence, Brahman realization, the soul realization. Then Paramatma is Jnanis. Jnanis stop there. There's a Paramatma in my heart. I have to, okay, that is a Jnanis realization. Bhakta's realizations are like Bhagavan realization. See, unless and until we have that Bhava Prema, just now I said Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava Prema, elevated stages. It is like a prime minister in the parliament. It's like Paramatma. We respect him. And the prime minister at home, it's like Bhagavan, Goloka. Krishna is Bhagavan realization is Krishna in Golokada. That realization will come once we come from the Kanishta Adhikari to Uttama Adhikari to Kanishta Adhikari to Madhyama Adhikari to then Uttama Adhikari. Okay, you see the beautiful again example, Bhagavatam example. Did he was all the time Santushtat Satatam Yogi. That is the 14th verse. Santushtat Satatam Yogi, Atma Drida Nishchayaga, with the determination. So Sudama had that determination. So that is why Mayur Pita, he surrendered himself to Krishna. In fact, he didn't want to go. Yeah, who Sudama? His wife only told, your friend Krishna is so rich. Why don't you go and ask him something? We have so many children. But he said, Krishna knows. Why should I go and tell him? He knows everything. He was very happy. For a devotee, what do they want? One time prasadam they want. That's it. And they don't want so expensive clothes or so expensive. In fact, these days, those who have built expensive multi-buildings, they are hitting their head how to maintain it. Why did we buy it? Selling is a big problem. More than buying, selling is a big problem these days. Okay, so they don't want a simple one-room Vrindavan. That is what Dham was, that D, you remember diet and Dham was. That one, we'll come back. We'll definitely come back to that after finishing this. So he is saying that Santushya Satatam Yogi, the Kuchela, who is that Sudama. Sudama went. Okay, his wife said, okay, you take some chipped rice. And Sudama did not even give it to Krishna. He was hiding. He was feeling so awkward to give that because Krishna came out to take him. The moment he heard Sudama's name inside, the gods went and told him. Sudama came and he hugged him, he took him. See, he is doing. This is the humbleness of the devotees. Krishna, Krishna is teaching us how humble one devotee should be. That That humbleness will come only from Jnanis when we go. So we read Bhagavatam when we become Jnani, we read book reading. So we come to know all these stories which had been given, where Bhagavad Gita ends, there Bhagavatam begins. Bhagavad Gita is said by Krishna. Bhagavatam is told about Krishna's devotees. It talks about Krishna's devotees. Krishna is being an example. He went to Santipana Muni's ashram to tell us that we have to approach a spiritual master. And Sudama was not giving. But when he didn't ask also. Did he ask? He is a Santursha Satatam Yogi. He did not want to. And when he went home, what happened? We know, saying the fruit seller, last fruits he gave. Krishna with this small hand, he went inside, brought something. Last 1 or 2 grains were left in his hand. Such a, he dropped everything and came. He gave it to the fruit seller. And the fruit seller, all the grains were Javahirat, precious stones they became, right? Because she did not expect anything from Krishna. Sarvadharman Parityajna, or she surrendered the effects of her karma under the lotus feet of the Lord. This all happens. Lord gives us the intelligence. Once we start learning about him, that's why he says, okay, you are not able to surrender, no problem. At least start learning, accumulate that knowledge. If you do that, you will get Santursha Satatam Yogi, you will become Adveshta Sarva Bhutanam. Adveshta Sarva Bhutanam, affectionate towards all the living entities. Very simple. The small phrases try to remember. He, for whom no one is put into difficulty. He who is not disturbed by anxiety, who is steady in happiness and distress is very dear to me. Jadabharta's example we saw just now. One more example we can see. CitraKrishna Maharaj. CitraKrishna Maharaj and Lord Shiva, they are like God brothers because they had the same spiritual master. What happened? What happened to CitraKrishna Maharaj? CitraKrishna Maharaj was, like Narada Muni, he was going. That time, he saw down and Lord Shiva, keeping Parvati on his lap, he was doing pravachan. That is Bhagavatam Katha. He was telling to all sadhus. They were simply like Parikshit Maharaj. You can see the picture. Parikshit Maharaj, that Bhagavatam picture, you remember? Okay, they all were listening. And CitraKrishna Maharaj is going up, you see in the picture. Okay, so CitraKrishna Maharaj, what did he do? He saw down, and because they were God brothers, he told, oh Shiva, have some little at least shame. At least, keep Parvati beside you and tell shlokas, tell Bhagavatam to sadhus. Okay, that's all he said. Lord Shiva was equipped. Santursha Satatam Yogi he is. Same way other sadhus also. But it affected Parvati ji. Parvati ji immediately cursed CitraKrishna Maharaj. Then CitraKrishna Vritasur, right? She gave a curse to him. You will become Asura in your next birth. You don't even know what you talk about. The Shiva, who is the great Lord, who takes care of the, living entities. Because, once he knows this living entity cannot sustain now, he will take Tamoguna. Though Tamoguna is also very, very important. But only unless and until we realize we are in Tamoguna, how will we try to even overcome that? Okay, and it all comes with the unsatiated desire what we had in the previous births. That is how. So, but Lord Shiva takes care of that. Okay, so he said, okay, but CitraKrishna Maharaj, okay, Parvati Ma, he told, he came, okay, if you are offended, I'm really sorry for that. But one thing I accept your curse. And one thing I wanted to tell, I did not want other people to mistake Lord Shiva. That is the reason I told. But anyway, I very humbly accept your curse and go. He went. But after he went, there's a very, very, very beautiful verse. I think I noted down somewhere. Extremely beautiful verse. Lord Shiva is talking about, this is 6. You can note down, you can see later. 6.17.28. Very nice verse. That is, Narayana para sarve na kuttastechana bhibhyati sarva gapa varga swarga apavarga swarga apavarga narakaishva api tulyartha darshanaihi. It's a very beautiful verse. Lord Shiva is telling Parvati, 6.17.28. Okay, he is telling he is a great devotee. You see, he is a great Vaishnava. That is why he did not defend. He could have easily counter-cursed. Because he is again the Lord's expansion, one of that, Lord Shiva and Lord Chitraketu, both are equal platform. So we can understand he did not counter-curse you. That shows the Vaishnava quality. So Lord Shiva told Parvati, then Parvati really felt very ashamed and she hid her face and all. And then he, asked for forgiveness, etc. But what I'm trying to say is, think of Prith Maharaj. He was not offended by this at all. He was very happy in that also. Whether I become a asura, whether I become a devotee, for me, what am I supposed to do? I am supposed to do only Vaishnava Seva and serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead's lotus feet. So for him, asura or what, nothing. Same way, Bilbamangalam Thakur, he says, Mukti is standing at my doorstep. I am not bothered about Mukti. I don't want liberation. Liberation, again, Dham Yatra, the story I will tell. That is the D. Mukti wanted to live somewhere. Then she comes and lives in Vrindavan. Just so here, below Mangalam Thakur says, I don't want mukti. Why? Because Vairagya and liberation, these are the byproducts of bhakti. Once we start doing bhakti, today's bhakti yoga, automatically from the jnani, you become again, like a yogi, then become a devotee. That's what Krishna is telling formula. First of all, you do everything for me, surrender everything. Not possible. Practice, not possible. Follow regulative principles, not possible. Do all the karma, surrender the benefit to me, not possible. Try to learn accumulate some jnana. So slowly, gradually, that jnana will take you to the next stage. You will come to Madhyamadhikari level. Easy formula Krishna is giving, right? Okay, one who is not envious, but it's a kind friend to all living entities, who does not think himself a proprietor and free from all false ego. That is what we are not the Ishavasyam idam sarvam. He is the proprietor and owner of everything. Proprietor means what? Owner. Everything belongs to him. He is equal in both happiness and distress. He is tolerant, always satisfied, self-controlled, engaged in devotional service. Yeah, this is again a very, very wonderful verse is there. Titikshva, Karunika. These are the qualities of devotees. Titikshva, Karunika, Sugrida Sarvadehinam. Ajata Shatrutva Shantava Sadhava Sadhavaha Sadhubhushanam. Sadhus have abhushan. What is their abhushan? Titikshva, tolerance. Karunika, compassion. Suhrida Sarva Bhutana. As I told, they see the living entity in everybody's heart, whether it is a cow or whether it is elephant or whether it is dog or dog eater. Ajata Shatrava, they don't have any enemy in this world. Shantaha, all the time peaceful. Sadhavaha Sadhubhushana. These are the qualities of a sadhu. 3.2.21. 3rd canto, 25th chapter, 21st verse. Very beautiful verse. This gives all the qualities. Krishna says, I am the qualities. He told yesterday, you remember yesterday and day before verses we saw, I am these qualities. Tomorrow also we will see Amanitvam, Madambitvam, Ahimsha, Kshantirarjavam, Acharyopasanam, Stairyam, Atma Vinigraha, Shaucham, Stairyam, Atma Vinigraha, everything me only. All these qualities are Krishna's qualities. So we have to imbibe these qualities in it. That is bhakti. Bhakti is again all the time 24/7 chant. No, imbibe these qualities. Then we will know, we will learn how to respect Vaishnavas. Even before Shraddha, there are 2 steps. Aishwarya Mataji always used to tell, even to come to the level of Shraddha, before that we need to have 2 qualities. What is that? Vaishnava Seva and Satam Kripa. Mercy, the mercy of the Vaishnavas, a mercy of the Lord, and the like Narada Muni, he did service to the sadhus, right? So that is Vaishnava Seva. If we don't have these 2 sukritis, we will not even develop Shraddha towards the Lord. We would not be sitting with in this platform with confidence. Okay, so all these determination, controlling the mind and controlling the intelligence, Ekaka Kurunandana Vyavasayatmika Buddhi, such a devotee is very, very dear to me, Krishna is saying. a devotee who is not dependent on the ordinary course of action, who is pure, expert, without cares, free from all pains, and who does not strive for some result. Best example, who else can be other than our Prahlada Maharaj? How much pain he had to undergo. He was rolled down from the uphill. He was put into the room wherein poisonous snakes were there. He was, like that mad elephants. Mad elephants were put to in his, they were told to stamp him every time. Although he was put into the fire, all the time he said, Narayana, Narayana, Narayana. There are so many videos about Prahlada Maharaj. Go through that. You will keep hearing Narayana, and it shows all the worst part of his. Who did all these things? Own father. What else could have been the pain? If your enemies have done it, you would have said, Sarvam Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Father, even after doing everything, yesterday I told you, you remember that what was that? Everyone was afraid to go to Narasimha Bhagavan after he took all the intestine, everything out from Hiranyakashipu. Even Lakshmi Devi said, I have not seen this kind of rupa of my Swami. Then they told, after everything also, they told Prahlad Maharaj only to go and make the Lord Shanta, is just no Isa Titikshva Karunika Sadhu Sarva Suhrda Sarva Bhutana. Right? There's peace, Shantim. We said we can't make the Lord peace. You only go. Bilva Mangalam Thakur, Chintamani. Okay, that, we saw this example in that Pramana. Shastra Pramana, Anumana Pramana, Shabda Pramana. There we said Anuman, he misunderstood the snake as the rope and he climbed. So then finally he only took a pin from one of the women. He went, you give me. Even after learning this much, I am not able to come into the bhakti path. He pulled his eyeballs from the hairpin, what she gave. So a devotee who is not dependent on ordinary course of activities, because we know whatever happens, without his wish, it will not happen. That one more example, we will come back. See, Prahlada Maharaj example, what I told just now, you are able to see in the picture. One who neither grasps the pleasure of grief, and who neither laments or nor desires, and who renounces all the auspiciousness things. He is very dear to me. So generally we say, no, there is a reason behind everything. It's very easy to say, but when that pain, when it comes on us, we feel, Pura pahad hamare sir par hi toot pada. Like that we think. It's not. That time only we should have the courage to know, oh Krishna, if you have given this to me, you had given it with the reason. That time we have to remember this. This is again a beautiful example which we have been seeing every day. Every day we that Savai mana Krishna Padaravindur Vachamsi Gunanu Varnane, that I want my tongue always to glorify the glories of the Lord, my mind always at the lotus feet of the Lord, my eyes only for having the darshan of the Lord. You remember Savai mana Krishna Padaravindur. This is the exam. These are the senses, how they were engaged by Ambrisha Maharaj. All the senses were engaged. That is Karmendriya, Jnanendriya. He used to hear only Krishna Katha. Pravisha Karna Randrena. We saw now that Lord's name goes through our ears, and it Shalilasya, it cleanse our heart. The more we hear, that's why chanting is important. When we chant loudly. The more we chant loudly, the verses, the Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Unknowingly, it enters through our ears and it goes into our heart to clean. Kama, Krodha, Moha, Lobha, Mada, Matsarya. They are cleansed by the Lord himself. For the Lord is none other than Nama, Rupa, Guna, Leela. His name is Lord himself. Yes, 12.18 and 19. One who is equal to friends and enemies. It's very samashatraucha mitrecha tata jnana panyana manayoho apamana mana visana. What was that verse? Third verse in the Shishadrakam. Trinada pi shunichena tarora pi sahishnuna. Amanadena manadena. I don't want any mana apaman. Everything, make me equal in everything. Somebody praises also equal. Somebody curses me also equal. Okay, so the Trinadapi Shunichena, make me more humbler than the grass, blade of the grass. Make me more tolerant than the tree. One who is equal to friends and enemies, one who is equipoised in honor and dishonor, mana pamana, heat and cold, shitoshna, happiness and distress, sukha dukkha, fame and infamy. This is that my somebody, I get fame, I get an award. I jump from earth to sky, I jump because of my ability, I got it. And infamy, somebody condemns me, then I lose all my hope. I give up everything. These days, children do not have any tolerance. Titikshva, they don't know the meaning. Suicide happens left, right, because they have not been told all these qualities are none other the Lord. We have to, before we try to condemn somebody, we have to think. Sarvasya chagam hridisanni vishto. The Lord is sitting in everybody's heart. Always silent and satisfied with anything, who does not care for any resident. So you see, Ambarisha Maharaj, what mistake he did? He wanted to break the fasting of Ekadashi. He just had the jal. I told the story yesterday. Durvasa Muni was so offended. Mana Pamana, you see, though he was a Muni, saint. Yes, that Falgu Vairagya, remember that Falgu riverbed, I said, inside his heart, his desires had not been vanquished. Though he was a saint, Durvasa Muni, he immediately called one Rakshasa. That Asura came and he ran behind Ambarisha Maharaj to kill him. But Ambarisha Maharaj did not show. He is a true devotee. So he was running around. So immediately seeing this, the Lord took out his Sudarshan Chakra. And Sudarshan Chakra started chasing Durvasa Muni. He went for rescue to Brahma. Is it in Brahma's hand? Brahma took him to Shiva. Is it in his hand? No. All of them went to Vishnu. What did Vishnu say? I am sorry. If he has cursed me, if he had told me anything, I would have forgiven him. Chipram bhavati dharmatma sachva shantimadi gacchati kaunteya pratijani nami bhakta pranachati. Krishna told, I cannot tolerate anything happening to my devotee. So Krishna told, no, like, Krishna said, sorry, Durvasa Muni, I can't do anything. You insulted my devotee, not me. So Vaishnava Aparad is extremely important in life. Vaishnava Aparad, there is no remedy at all. Only that particular Vaishnava has to forgive us. So we have to all the time, whether knowingly or unknowingly, we might have done some aparadha without our knowledge only. So we have to develop that humility, amanitvam, adambitvam, humility. We have to develop. Any Vaishnava we see, why do we pay obeisances? Why in Krishna consciousness, the moment we see any Vaishnava pay obeisances? That shows indirectly, I am, very, humble. In the sense, if at all I have done any aparadha, kindly forgive me. That's why we do Dandavat Pranam, the moment we see them. That Prabhupada has taught us so many things without we realizing why we do it. So here, Ambarisha Muni. Ambarisha Muni was not at all bothered about this. Finally, the same Sudarshan Chakra chased Durvasa Muni, and Durvasa Muni ran to Ambarisha Maharaj and fell flat at the lotus feet of Ambarisha Maharaj. And Ambarisha Maharaj had to plead like anything to Sudarshan Chakra. Forgive him. So same way, Jagai Madai story, we all know, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He hit Nityananda Prabhu. Chaitanya Madai went to Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to forgive him. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, sorry, don't even come to me, don't approach me, though he was Lord Krishna himself. You offended Nityananda Prabhu. Go and ask him to forgive you. I can't do anything in this. So Lord is coming every now and then. Sarvadharman parityajya mamekam charanam raja. Aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishami masucha. Surrender to me, he says, after telling us paritranaya sadhuna. Why I come every now and then? To be an example for everybody. But Abajananti Mamuda Manushintan Mashita, 9th chapter, we saw these fools deride me. When I come as a human being, they think, oh, Krishna. Most of the people do not understand me that I was Krishna. Kamsa sent so many asuras to kill him. How many of those people during those Rajavasis are? That is why, again, I have not come to the Dham Yatra, the D. Okay, we will reach fast. This is the last verse. Now we will go to Dham Yatra. Okay, he who follows this imperishable path of devotion, who completely engages himself with faith, making me the supreme goal. He is very, very dear to me. It's a Surdas also. Surdas, he was blind. He had not seen Krishna at all. But all that time, how he was able to, what is that? Make so many poetries describing the beauty of the Lord. How he could do Jnana Chakshu, Premanjana Churita Chakshu Vilochanena. That Jnana Chakshu he had. He could see the Lord as a Paramatma sitting in his heart. With this Jnana Chakshu, all the time he used to see Krishna sitting in front of him, listening to his bhajan. Even Bilvamangalam Thakur seen, at least he had seen the Lord. You know, that last prostitute he went, she told that only, if you have this much love for the Supreme Personality of Godhead, your life would have been so wonderful. Immediately he took the pin from her and he took out the eyeballs. And before that, when Chintamani told him, if you have the same love, he went and had the darshan of Lord and he became a devotee also. Again, as Falgu Vairagya, riverbed, the water is wet, desire is still there in the heart. He went to another woman. There he took the pin and took out his eyeball. After that, so many bhajans he has written describing the Lord, because he only says, no, I don't need liberation. Because bhakti byproducts are liberation and what are the nishtha, drida, determination. Okay, that the D we will come now. Dham Yatra. 2, diet and Dham Yatra. Dham Yatra is Vrindavan. How can we, Mataji, all the time live in Vrindavan? Srila Prabhupada, as he said, it's bring Vrindavan to your heart. Make Vrindavan your home. See, once, this Narada Muni was going. He goes above, he can travel in the air. He was going and traveling. And he saw heaps of skeleton. And the more, it's like Bhagavan realization. If you remember the example I have given you, very far from the mountain, far away distance, we see only the top, that topmost, like peak, we will be able to see. That is the Brahman effulgent realization. Then slowly you go towards, you see the tree, and then go towards the mountain, you can see the animals grazing under Bhagavan realization. Same way, Narada Muni was also far away when he saw heaps of mountains of, skeleton. Again, so many he saw. He went to Krishna, asked, oh Krishna, when I was coming to you, I saw heaps of skeletons on the way. Who are they? What are they? Krishna told only one thing. All those sadhus who wanted to go to Vrindavan, they could not go, and they all are praying there. All the sadhus are still praying. The skeletons are not leaving. It's like, we say, sometimes this Atma is going on. They got a deep desire. Unsatiated desires are the root cause for the birth. Human birth, any birth. You wanted anything, like so many examples we have seen, that you wanted to have a illicit relationship with anybody other than the marriage, within the rules and regulation, you will take a birth of dog. So he say these people have the unsatiated desire of entering Vrindavan, so which they could not. So you think of those who have gone, you can raise your hand. Those who have gone to Vrindavan, how fortunate we people are. Even today, why we say Dham Yatra? Lord Krishna is even residing in Vrindavan today. In Nidhivan, there are so many stories. In the midnight, people hear Krishna playing the flute. And in the Nidhivan temple, next day morning, when they open the altar, they see the dress which had been kept for the Lord for the night. They are opened. How is it? Lord is residing still in Vrindavan. So, Mataji, how to live in Dham? We can't go. We are, see, Kartik month. Kartik month, every single devotee will live there for one whole month in Kartik. Kartik, whatever austerity we do, it multiplies 1,000 times. That one ghee lamp, what we show, Lord is so merciful towards the devotee. You came to me, you showed me the ghee lamp. So we all cannot go, right? So we have to have that bhav in our mind that we are in Vrindavan and we are offering that lamp to Krishna. So that is, we have to. There are so many stories. I don't know time. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I have taken 20 minutes more. Okay, today we especially we saw Amrisha Maharaj and then Raghugana and Jadavarata. Keep on thinking about them. Jadavarta story is really a wonderful story. Meghabhikramanachosti, 6th chapter, 6.41 and 6.40 and 41. Right? Even Atva Yoginameva Kule Bhavati Dimatam. Etadi Durlabhataram, all those who have done little bit of devotion also in this birth, next birth, if they have come to an elevated stage, they will take birth in a devotee house. If they are in the beginning level, they would aprapa punya kritamocha ushitva shrimati. So they will take birth in aristocratic families. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Well, last, I wonder. No, the Dham Yatra, we were saying, no. Dham Yatra, Krishna lives in our heart, we said. So Narada Muni, one more time, Narada Muni asked Krishna, wherever I go, people ask me, where does your Lord live? Can you give me the address? We want to go to him. So Narada asked, where do you live? What did Narada say, you know? Na aham tishtanti vaikunte. Na akam tishtanti vaikunte. I don't live in Vaikunta. Na hridayeshva. Na yoginam hridayeshva. I'm not living in the, or I don't live in the heart of the yogis. Nagam tishtanti vaikunte. Na yogam tishtanti yoginam. Na akam tishtanti yoginam. Yatra gayanti madbhakta. Madbhakta, my devotees, yatra gayanti, wherever they sing my glory. Tatra tishtanti Narada, I live there only. So even in Mahabharata, what is that, Ramayana and all, you see, if wherever Ramayana story takes place, there is one asan given for Hanuman. They will assume, they will make him Pratishtha, we say, no? So they make a Hanuman sit over there. One Vidandavadam, we call it as, what is that? People don't believe all these things. One person asked that, who was giving the pravachan, you told Hanuman is sitting here, he is not sitting there, I am not able to see. So he said, you lift and see. He tried to lift the seat. He was not able to lift. Even today, wherever Ramayana takes place, for Hanuman one seat is reserved. He comes and sits. So Nagam Tishtanti Vaikunte Na Yoginam Hridayeshuva Yatra Gayanti Madbhakta Tatra Tishtanti Narada. I will tell you the verse number also. You can see if I have noted down. I don't know whether I noted down the verse number or not. Okay, I'm not able to see the verse number. I'll give you verse number tomorrow. So it is there. It's there. I have written. Bhagavatam. No, 3.25.21. That is Titikshva Karnika. So wherever we live, that is Vrindavan, that is Dham. Once, Srila Prabhupada in Mayapur in his room, he was so satisfied. He was feeling extremely happy. That time, what happened? Guru Maharaj, Jayapataka Swami Maharaj, he asked Srila Prabhupada, what happened? You seem to be so satisfied. He said, I live in Dham. Even if we live in Dham. When we die also, we live in Dham. What is the meaning of that? When we are living in Mayapur, Dham. When we die, we will be living in Goloka. So Mayapur is also a Dham. Mayapur has been, constructed by Radharani itself. Vrindavaneshwari. She herself put in all the efforts and she herself constructed the Mayapur Dham. Okay, Vanchakalpatarupasya Kripa Sindhu Bhaivacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Ananta Koti Vaishnavinda Ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, Srimad Bhagavad Gita Ki Jai, Namanisha Prabhu Ki Jai. I am really sorry if I have made any mistake. Kindly forgive me. If you have not understood anything, you can just text me. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.